Class? Good day, you people that finally decided to show up. Okay, I'm not implying that any of you, slept in till noon and finally decided to come to class. Okay, there's a bunch of people that didn't show up at all. That's kind of sad, isn't it? Okay, it's like, it's like you don't want to hang out with me anymore, right? So it hurts my feelings. Okay, so super easy notes. It's exactly the same thing that we have been doing already, but now we're gonna look at it and just write them down. So if you notice what I have over here on the board right now, this is our thing that we did on Monday. So we're looking for, that was the mean, median, Q1, Q3, standard deviation, min and max. Today's notes, because we've already been doing this, is only gonna ask her 5 of those, which are considered minimum, Q1, median, Q3, and max. That's it. That's all we need. Those are all things that we already know how to do, right, Ariel? Yeah. Okay, because I know that's not your phone on there, right? Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. So, right here we have these 5 things. We're going to make a box and whisker plot, or just a box plot for this. Desmos, if you happen to just be at home and you need a way to try and do this, okay, I'm giving you the instructions for it. So, box plots, box and whiskers, you're going to do this right here, and step by step. Okay, here's how to do it on Desmos. We are going to do this on our calculator, our TI Inspire calculators. So, every single time that we've been doing this unit and last unit, what should I start with? New document. Thank you. Home, new document. Go do that. Write me out. Everyone, write me out. Home, new document. Okay. Once I get to new document, what am I going to start with? List and spreadsheet. List and spreadsheet, which is option 4. Now, what do you think I should actually name this one here? Okay, there we go. Let's name it scores. So, I know we're not working on our, other classes while we should have a calculator in our hand, because that would be mean. Yeah, can you find it? Yeah, it's under your phone. No, not the phone. Calculator. Calculator. There we go. There we go. All right, you can do it. So, we're going to enter in all these numbers. So 8, 9, 9, 10, just keep going. Enter them all in. Enter them all in. So please go and do that right meow. And while you are doing that, I am going to catch up by doing my own on this other calculator. Doc. Spreadsheet. All right, let's see. How many numbers should we have? How many numbers? 24. There is 24 numbers. So when you're looking at yours and the last piece of data that you entered, the last piece of data you entered should be in box 24 here. If it's not, then you need to go back and look through to see which one you're missing. Or what I would recommend, just start over again by entering it in. Start entering it in, because if you try and look for it, it'll probably take you longer to look for it than to actually just plug it in. Now, so now this one right here, we're not we're not building the histogram yet. Okay, there is a way to get to it. But for these ones right here, we scroll up to the top. So to get the mean, median, all those cues, to get all those, remember we scroll up to the top. Right here we find our first empty box. Just click on your first empty box. And for those people that had been missing class a whole lot or completely forgot, okay, let's talk to the steps. What I should do after I click on that box? Menu. Thank you. Loud and clear for people that don't know what they're doing. So I'm going to hit menu. Menu. What goes next? Statistics. So that's going to be right here. What's next? Stat calculations. So stat calculations. And I want one variable. We're not doing regression on this. This is a one variable. Last chapter we actually did regressions. This one we're doing one variable, so I'm going to hit this up right there. And number list, I'm going to say 1 because I only have one column here I'm dealing with. Hit OK. Now, from here, this X list, I have to select it, the one that I want, the one I named it, and I named it what? Scores. There we go. And after we're done, we hit OK. There we go. Now, I'm going to scroll down and to find my 5 items. They're right there on my screen.
Why are you working on your other class when you're not doing this class? Do this class. Do this class.
All right. Does everyone have these? Except the people that were working on, Ingenuity. You got it? Yes? Okay. Anyone not? Anyone not? Anyone need some help right here to get to this point? Okay. So, you guys are going to help me out. So we're going to use these things right here. We're going to fill in our box and whisker plot. This is a box, and the whiskers are off the edge. So, off over here, the minimum. What was the minimum? 8. So your calculator says the minimum is 8. So I'm going to put 8 right here. So the first side of my box is going to be Q1. What number do I put there? Very good. 12.5. Median. 19.5. Q3. And max. Is that easy? Super easy, isn't it? Now, I'm going to show you with the calculator, we'll do the same thing. I didn't show this to my other class because they kind of ran out of time. So what I'm going to do is go back down, and now this is going to be like when we built the histogram. We get down to the very bottom over here, very bottom, and just basically I just need empty boxes, but you'll see. So right here it just clicked, and now I'm going to use my shortcut to get to the next part, which is Control I. Control I. So Control, letter I, which is right there. And what am I going to add? Data and statistics. So to do the histograms, we would do data and statistics, right? So data statistics, and what should I do now? Label what? The X on the bottom, right? We don't really have a Y on this. We don't have a Y. We got X's. Yes? So now that I have this labeled, what would be the next step to build the histogram? Menu, plot type. So menu, let's go to plot type. And what do you think I'm going to do now? Not histogram. Box plot, because today we're doing box plots, right? So it's the same thing that we have been doing. We just get to the end right here, and instead of selecting histogram, I now just do box plot. There we go. Bam. Woo! Look at that. Nice and pretty, isn't it? It's pretty, so pretty. So, you would copy this down, right? So you could use this mouse. You could use your mouse to actually look to see where everything is. So if you notice, I hover over the end and it says it's 8. Okay? Right here, Q1 is 12.5. I hover over that and it says 12.5. Median is 19.5. Right? And then Q3 is 23. And then the max is 26. ¿Está muy fácil? Muy fácil. ¿Sí? ¿Sí se puede? I'm seriously, I'm working on my Spanish. I'm trying here. At least give me something. Anyway. Yeah, yes, the lingo. All right, any questions over this? All right, let's try this one out. This one right here, this side-by-side box plot, this is one that we've already done. But we did this before, I believe it was last unit. Something like that. Now, you are going to put both of these in. So you're going to create a new document and you're going to have your first column city and your second column highway. I'm going to show you how to compare both these together. So, you right now are plugging in all these in your first column as city and your second one as highway. So, I am going to go and new document, no, list and spreadsheet, city, highway, and my numbers, which are going to be over here somewhere. There you go. All right. Yes. Want me to answer it for you? Okay, all right. Huh? What number? So, all those. Is all right? All right, ready? Ready? Okay, so I'm going to do a slight change to the instructions here because we're comparing now. We are now going to compare these items. So let's go ahead and I'm going up to the top. I'm going to first find all my 5 values that I need. So since I click on this box and then I hit menu, statistics, stat calculations, 1 variable. Now we're doing a comparison, so I am going to change this to 2 because I have 2 columns I'm looking at. So 2 columns, hit OK. My first column was called city. My second column was highway. So we're going to do all these together. Are you all right, Curry? Okay, good. So hit OK. Now I'm going to arrow over a little bit so we can see it all right here. So now, too far. Nope. There we go. So if you look right here, title, and then if you click on this, because you forgot what goes first, if you notice I clicked up here, and now down here in the bottom it says that it's city. So if you're unsure which one's which, that one's city, and then you click on this one's highway. We're going to scroll down to find my values that I'm looking for. There we go. So there's our 5 values that we are going to write down right there, right? So let's write those down. You have a spot right there to the right of your notes. So we have min, and next one is Q1, median, Q3, and then we have max. All right, help me out. What was the median, or I'm sorry, the minimum? We had 15 and 23. Q1 and 27, very good. What about the median? Very good. Q3 and max. There we go. So to draw our own box and whisker plot, we could try and set it up by hand, but my drawing sucks. I don't know about you guys, because I can't draw a number line. I'm horrible at it. And I don't want to start at 23 and go, or 15 and go all the way to 48. I don't want to number that much, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my calculator, and my calculator will abbreviate, and it will, it will show that for me. So now what we're doing here, where are we at? We're on this. Now over here, what did I say to do if I wanted to tell me to graph it? What? Control I, very good. So we're going to tell it I want to graph, and I want data statistics. Click to add the variable. Now, this is not going to show it. It's not going to show both at the same time. It's kind of a pain. I'm working on it. I know there's a way of doing it. I just have not made it that far. So I'm going to do city first. So there's city. There's city. Now, let's go through the steps. Now, I want menu, plot type, box plot. So, I really want you to see this right here, because this helps out because it tells you things to go along with this. So as I go right here, my box and whisker plot is here, but I have this dot way over here. Why do you think this dot is way over here? Say it. It's anyone? We have a vocabulary word for it, but I will normally just refer to it as Jeff. This is Jeff. What's Jeff? Say it. It was in the notes. What is Jeff? Jeff is the outlier. Remember, we took notes, we wrote stuff down, and everyone just looks at me awkwardly instead of looking in your notes. So it's even worse. So, that's an outlier. I can clearly state that that's an outlier. My calculator will even tell me that's an outlier because it shows it like that. So, my min is 15, right? Q1 to 18.5, median 21, okay, 23, and my max, so this would normally be my max, wouldn't it? Okay, but because this one's an outlier, it's still the max. It's still the max, but it's written like this. So there's a big gap right here, and then it's a dot. The maximum number is 48, right? But because it's not part of this right here, the calculator is telling you that this one is an outlier. Does that make sense? All right, let's look at the other one then. Now, I'm going to click this, and I'm going to change it to highway. Look, it's already set up for that, isn't it? So all I have to do is just click on the bottom and set it to highway. So now, if I'm looking, because if you notice this goes increments of 2 here, so when I'm doing this, so it has 23 is the minimum, Q1's 27, median's 29, Q3 is 32. This, the normal would be 33, but because this out here is Jeff, and Jeff is the outlier, okay? Think of that. Every time I talk about Jeff Bezos, think of a liar, okay? That's how he made $200 billion in 3 days. I don't know, I'm just making that up. I know he made that last year, but still. Anyway, so Jeff is the outlier. Jeff is a liar, so that is, we kick him out, right? We kick him out of our neighborhood because he messed up our average, right? So we kick him out, so he is the outlier. See what I did there? See what I did there? Just made a story out of it too. Wow. It's almost like I didn't make it up on the spot right there. All right, so what we are gonna do is, let's take a look. You are gonna sketch it right here. Sketch your box and whisker plots the same way that the calculator has it. So, sketch them out. So you're gonna sketch your, yes. Huh? Restroom? Yes, go. So you're sketching them out. I am going to cheat. So like I said, I plan on cheating on this because my drawing sucks. And you guys want to take good notes later on, right? So when I upload these notes, you're going to be like, oh, hey, look, these notes look so great. There we go. So we have our sketched out, we have our city and highway, and anyone got questions over this? No one's got questions? Yeah, that's it. Super easy, right? All right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button and follow the link on the bottom. Buy my merchandise. Okay, enter the promo code HATSRUS. Get 10% off.